It's my hope and desire that everybody that views this video shares this on their Facebook page, if they have a Facebook page, because Facebook is our topic, the good, the bad, the evil. And I think that it's mindful to look at the dark side and the light side to absolutely everything. And Facebook's been an amazing tool. Never before has mankind had such a tool at his or her disposal to have connections with other human beings, other sentient beings around the world of like minds. Because most of us, if you're on the search for truth, you're the minority. And you find a tough time in the so-called real world, at the supermarket, at your job, sometimes in your relationships, to share those truths. So Facebook is that outlet. However, Facebook is being surveilled by the government. It's already been bought out. They've already sold out. And so it is not mindful to believe that Facebook will always be there for you to connect with your special friends. Now, because it's a tool that's been very accessible to anyone with access to the internet, it's unlimited in terms of how long you can be on it. And it easily becomes a virtual world where good can be done and where you can also lose yourself and develop a distorted idea of what is friendship. And what I want to say, what I've wanted to say for a long time, this will correlate with a lot of the feelings that some of you are having. Just because you have friends on Facebook doesn't mean that they are real friends. And that at times you should, for your own sanity and peace, draw boundaries where you need to draw boundaries. Because Facebook, although it's a public forum, your own personal page is your own personal space, kind of like your living room. And you have a right to put your foot down when you need to as to what is put on your page, and to draw boundaries when you need to, when people come to your page and attack you, or the information that you have posted on your wall. Because if they were to come into your living room, you have the right to tell them, you don't have the right to disrespect me or the items in my living room, simply because we have the First Amendment. Now, we have a First Amendment that's very important to defend and to exercise, that relates to our rights, our relationship to the government, our right to voice our grievances. It's necessary to, of course, defend the other amendments. It's not a free speech issue when it comes to your Facebook page. That's your personal space. What we need to be doing, the mindful path, is to take the resource that we have, known as Facebook, that's heavily monitored by them, but look at the good aspects of the ability to share information and receive information, and build those networks with those like minds, and secure ways of maintaining friendship and communication with other people, so we're not, assuming that we'll always be there, that it will always be there, this Facebook entity. Years ago, I used to receive a lot of emails before the world of Facebook. Now I receive nearly 0 emails because everything is being done on Facebook. By the way, I'm sharing this on Facebook because if I want to reach anyone, I need to share it on Facebook. Because the world of independent blogging on their own blogs, WordPresses, things of that nature, it seems to be, there are a lot of websites being developed, a lot of websites out there, but it seems to be in a general phase of decline, the amount of time people are spending posting their information on their own pages, because Facebook makes it easier for us to share it with more and more people. I mean, my God, I have 3,200 so-called friends. That's 3,200 people that may see a post of mine. Now, it's my own fault and shortcoming that I haven't improved my online presence through the regular maintenance of my website. There are times that my domain has gone down, and obviously through travels and other challenges, it's just not practical to be maintaining that part of my online life. So I still share videos on YouTube and Facebook, but both of those are limited. As all of you know, Google owns YouTube. So I do see this as somewhat of an epidemic with the so-called truth movement. This dependency on these mainstream internet conglomerates to keep us connected. And I think that there should be some serious focus in the direction of becoming more independent of that. Now, the next point that I want to make, I want to talk about adding friends versus defriending friends. Now, I've already talked a little bit about adding friends. We can add other people, other like minds. It's just the most amazing thing. And even find people in certain cities that we move to and develop friendships, and through that, synchronicity happens. But you have a right to defriend people that abuse you. But we have to be mindful as to what is true friendship, versus what is the collective view of friendship. And if you and someone have a falling out for whatever reason, a disagreement, and one of you defriends the other one, if you're true friends and you're both conscious enough, whether it deals with the ability to see things as they are, the ability to forgive, whatever it is, you will still be connected with that person via email or via something else. If one of you defriends the other one, for whatever reason, a lot of us go through our dramas, and we all have our opinions as to who's at fault. If you're truly friends with someone, you will still be connected with them in another way, either physically or through email. Physically would be better. Sometimes people just say, you know what, we're not going to be friends on Facebook because that will distort our true friendship. There's some people that are conscious enough to see that. There's a reason why some people don't join Facebook, because they know the dark side. They know how it changes people. Also, when you're absorbing constantly negative information about what's going on, you can develop a singular worldview. You can have a very narrow understanding of even what the problem is relating to the new world order, the systems of control. If you're just posting things about Obama and the gun issue, you're not seeing all the other stuff that's going on out there in the forest. You're looking at the one thing that they are making the issue. That's a whole other issue. They want you mad. And Facebook is also a great way for the government to figure out which ones are the ones they're going to resist. Any man that's out there that's really ready for what's to come in terms of armed resistance isn't going to post about it on Facebook, or talk about it, or be a paper tough guy, or make YouTube videos or comment saying, come get my guns, I got such and such ready for you. Oh yeah, all they got, oh, that's his IP, that's his location, we'll log that later. It's very unmindful. It's stupid. The word baka in Japanese means idiot. It would be something that a baka would do. And so think about these things. Facebook is something that for a lot of people has replaced the normal relationship, friendship, the traditional human form of communication. Now, we've gone to different levels with the advent of the cell phone. People a decade ago started to see that the cell phone was replacing the old world, where people would be connected with each other at the supermarket, at the coffee shop, at the nightclub. Before cell phones, we were interacting with each other. We were a lot more flirtatious in terms of male-female relationships in the past, before such a massive influx of technology. And then text messaging exploded, and it was less cell phone calls. Now we're just texting. And then Facebook. And there are people that I've become friends with in the real world, later became friends with them on Facebook, and our physical friendship eroded to absolutely nothing. That doesn't discount the positive aspects of Facebook, the synchronicity. The one reason, by the way, that I'm even up here is because I added someone on Facebook who I became friends with, that saw the dilemma I was in and what I was desiring. A place of peace. Nature, perhaps. No big city stuff. Place of calm. Synchronicity manifested, and I found this beautiful, mysterious valley. And I'm having my own experience. And it wouldn't have happened without Facebook. And that's a way that it can be really, truly utilized as a magical tool. But for it to replace our human natural form, our natural form of communication, our natural ways of loving each other, through speaking to each other, or from being able to look into each other's eyes. It is a descent into the transhumanistic realm, where the next step up is the brain chip. And with brain chips, by the way, they could perhaps develop things where you can have an orgasm by thought. Some people can do that anyway. But I mean, when they have the technology, there's a lot more pleasures that could be stimulated in certain areas of the brain. So there's some people that'll go for it. They already have the Google glasses. You can look at them online. They got the iPhone and the iPad, the eyeglasses as well. So these are major steps towards something some people see as evolved overall. You know, an expression of consciousness. Look, we can just insert ourselves into technology. Wow, instantaneous information. Yet, when that takes us out of what's natural, what's human, what's connected to the earth itself, we cannot forget the earth. Our connection to the stars, the sun. When we forget that, we're becoming less human. We're becoming something else. So there's good in what Facebook can enable us to do, and there is the negative aspects. It is very addictive. A lot of human flirtatious behavior takes form now through likes. And the part of the brain that is addicted to smoking and other drugs and other addictions is the same part of the brain that Facebook addictions are connected to. You know, so we get these instantaneous, private messages and likes, and we're lighting up a part of our brain. Because it's interfacing with an amazing piece of technology, an amazing database. And we need to be aware of the dangers of a brain that's so dependent on those pictures lighting up, those parts of our mind lighting up, through such a controlled piece of technology which can be taken from our hands at any moment. Those connections we built over years and years and years, if you're truly friends with someone, as I said before, you'll have their email address. They'll email you once in a while. And yes, I post things on Facebook because I have a limited reach online at present because of my travels, financial complications, issues getting solid internet. But I'm hoping that that's temporary, and later on this year I can do something to help some of us have a forum outside of this. I mean, you can look at the Friendship Agenda, Freeman's social media network. And that's not a bad start in a great direction to connect people of like minds, but it's still internet-based. In the end, and we're reaching the end of the video, so we don't have time to elaborate on this, but in the end, it's off-the-grid communities, and leaving out David Koresh stereotypes. We should be using the tool that we have to connect with others to build our own societies as things collapse around us. And we need to get outside the box of thinking that's a cult. And we need to start developing, at least in our own minds, what marks a mindful group. And how do you identify the weak links in a group? So you can start to identify people that you could actually work, build, and live with. And in the end, we are going to need each other if we're not going to have government handouts, food stamps, unemployment, jobs, lots of things, the grid itself. This is a solar flare. Wow. I mean, we would have to develop communities with the people around us, and that might be challenging if they're kind of psychotic and they hate people. So it would be kind of easier if we start doing this ahead of time, as opposed to waiting until the very end where everybody's leaving the cities all at once. All the freeways will be blocked, and that's in the event of some major cataclysm. There's lots of things on the radar. So keep these things in mind, and please share this video with other people on Facebook. Please make sure this gets out to different Facebook pages. Okay, this is a tool. We're blessed to have it. But because there's such an abundance of it, if you're watching this in the grid, you have an ability to plug in, and you're not limited by internet. You can stay on Facebook all night long. You need to think about this. Is this the most mindful way to engage in your relationships with other people? And how can you safeguard those relationships if you were to leave this? And the last point of all, if you're willing to believe that you can have a deep connection with another human being, love through Facebook, replacing human relationships, and a lot of people are doing that. And it's great to be connected with other people, but it does not replace human relationships. But if you do believe that your thoughts are that powerful, which they are, because we are connected on a psychic level, we need to start applying that to what we fear, these systems of control. If you're willing to believe we can be communicating, have this connection between this love vibration through Facebook and online flirtatious behavior, start applying that to that which oppresses you, and apply your mind towards tearing down those walls of control. This is all a reflection of ourselves. Thank you for watching, and again, please share this on your Facebook